In the beginning, there was nothing. Nothing except tremendous stress focusing on one single point. Hey, if that's how this universe was made, I should have thousands of my own right now. Hi, I'm Awkward Noah, and if you clicked on this video, you've probably been having a tough time. And with all that's been happening in the world right now, I totally get you. That's why this week I'm going to be listing 4 simple steps to help you conquer stress in typical Awkward Noah fashion. Ooh, and who thought conquering stress could be fashionable as well? We'll get into that later. As always, I've researched so you do not have to. Today, I'll go over several suggestions on what to do when you're stressed, depressed, and feel your whole life's a mess. Now let's get into it. So, I don't know about you all, but I love to sleep. As someone whose emotions can change from hour to hour, if I'm upset one night, I can go to bed and wake up in a completely different mood. That's why this first tip is probably the easiest. Get to sleep. If you're stressed, chances are you've also been neglecting to get enough sleep. Of course your brain can't function without enough of a resting period. Going to bed and waking up when you're feeling stressed can do wonders. It's like the human equivalent to, have you tried turning it off and back on again? And while we love to make fun of that phrase, most of the time it actually works. Our bodies, like computers, weren't designed to be constantly running. Without proper shut-off time and too much going on at once, of course we're gonna overheat and the fans start a whirring. The only thing louder than my laptop exporting a video is the constant voice in my head shouting, "You'll never be good enough," but we'll deal with that another week. While sleep might help you get back to yourself, you have to make sure not to oversleep either. Getting too many or too little hours of sleep is not good for our bodies. Aiming between 7 to 9 is the ideal length for adults. Sounds like the ideal length for something else I know. But hey, realistically, we know neither of those things are feasible. And sometimes you're just too anxious to sleep, which is why if you can't sleep, just do the next best thing. Take a breath. Yes, that may sound like the most cliche of answers, but there's a reason it is one. Allowing some time to breathe can help lower our heart rate as well as regulate our blood pressure. And more oxygen in the brain can help us think clearly, which will also help reduce stress. Just keep breathing and breathing and breathing. Ariana Grande truly has a song for everything. On the train of breathing, we can also follow along with meditation or grounding exercises to help us calm down. One of the greatest techniques I've learned is the 5-4-3-2-1 exercise, which basically asks you to look around and focus on 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. If your metaphorical computer seems to be overheating, this can help you relax and cool down. It's super useful to bring you back to the present moment, which is a gift that is almost as good as the gift that is Betty White. Just think about how lucky we are to exist at the same time she does. That gets me calmer already. I also like to take showers if I need to calm down. The shower is one of those few times I can zone out and release all that tension that's been building up. It's like a metaphorical and a physical cleanse, which reminds me of the classic Hilary Duff hit. Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams, let it wash away my sanity. And music is another way to slow down and calm yourself. I like to sing in the shower personally, but if you just want to listen to music, you can do that too. Whatever lets you get your emotions out and gets your mind racing back to the present will do wonderfully. Speaking of racing, we are just speeding through these tips and filming today. I'm quite proud of myself. And now it's time to get physical. Let's get physical. If you've been stuck in one spot the whole day, it's time to get up and start moving. Our mental health has a lot of connections to our physical health. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and run a marathon because the only marathon I'm capable of completing right now is on Netflix. But adding in some daily exercise can help a lot. Getting your blood pumping can help clean out the stress hormones that are piling up. Standing up and taking a walk down the street or even around your house can lift your spirits too. Make the hallway your runway and strut your stuff wearing a blanket as a gown. Actually, that sounds kind of fun. Okay, I don't know how anyone could not be a little less stressed after doing that. It was so much fun serving body, yaddy, yaddy. Speaking of body, if you want to relieve stress quick and easy, you gotta make sure to love yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna conquer this stress you have? And with loving yourself fully, you have to make sure that you're getting nourished. Sometimes, when I get stressed, I forget to eat anything at all. If you're like me, pause and go make yourself a sandwich. Your body will thank you. Like the pregnant mother from Into the Woods, you should also want greens, and nothing but greens. So yes, unfortunately, the McDonald's will have to wait until you're feeling better. Think of it as a reward for after you conquer your stress, because you will do it. I believe in you. Hey, now that you're an all-star, you got your game on, you can go play. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Now, I didn't just do that to make a Smash Mouth reference. I also did it to bring us to our final tip. Go play. Studies show that doing something you enjoy can reduce stress by nearly half, just like how I enjoy making Shrek references. If none of these other options have worked for you, maybe all you need is a distraction. Starting a new hobby is great, or watching some TV will get you feeling better in no time. Like Julie and the Phantoms is a great TV show if you're looking for some distraction. Yes, I know its target audience is teenagers, but come on, it's directed by Kenny Ortega. You know, the guy who directed High School Musical and Disney's Descendants. Plus, the music is actually amazing, which, hey, is another thing said to relieve stress. Just be prepared for a solid cry near the end of the season, which honestly might be good to get some of those stress hormones out. Sometimes all we need is a good cry, but not always from sadness. Remember in Monsters, Inc. when they discovered that laughter was actually more powerful than screams? Well, it's the same in real life. Laughing releases chemicals in your brain that help fight stress. So feel free to laugh at me making a fool of myself by making unfunny jokes on the internet. Because at least then you'll be laughing at something. Self-deprecation is my kink, okay? Anyway, I'm sure you get the gist of go play. That's all I have for my tips today, but check my other videos as some explain similar points better. Honestly, a lot of these tips I find very similar from video to video. I want to help everyone get out of a funk when I can, but let me know what you want to see more of. If you have different types of video suggestions, leave them down in the comments. How do you want to see me make a fool of myself next? Well, that's been another video from me. So if you liked it, leave a like or share it with your friends. And if you really enjoyed it, feel free to click that subscribe button as I make videos every single Friday. Next week's video is going to be a bit different because it's my birthday week. So you might want to ring my bell so it sends you a reminder. If you made it this far, don't you ever forget that you are stunning and the world is a better place with you in it. And remember, no stress, no stress, no stress. Girl, you deserve nothing but the best. I love you and I'll see you next week. Bye! Don't stress, don't stress, don't stress. Just stick them to the left, left, left. Just like a lark.